Good morning and welcome to Full Circle Ozarks.
Well, good morning, friends. We're going to be doing some sawmilling today. One of my subscribers contacted me and said, Larry, I'm looking for some Blackjack oak. Do you have any? And I said, I think I do. So we're going to go up here to my log pile and see what we got. So come along with us. Let's get up to the log pile. You know, normally I either have my grapple on the front of the tractor or my forks on the front of the tractor, but today I don't, and my excavator is at another job site. So I love watching the Smoky Mountain outdoors, and one of the ways that he would move a lot of logs and load them with these straps. I've had these for a while, but I've moved a few of them like this, so I think I'm going to try it again. We'll ease up now. Making sure they're hooked good there. Oh, that one's not. I believe that's got it. We'll get this down to the sawmill. You see that big dirt pile right there. All of that dirt came when I'd put my drains in up there by the house. You can see all that's covered with straw. I've got that all reseeded, but I had to move quite a bit of dirt, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that now, but not today. Well, folks, that looks pretty good. Glad to get it on here. Let me give you some information about this log before we go any further. Okay, on the big end, it's going to measure 14 inches that way. Kind of nod on it there. About 16 inches that way. So this end here, about 13 that way. And about 13 and a half that way. Well, we've got this all locked down, and my customer is wanting 4/4 out of this log here. Matter of fact, when he contacted me when I sawed the last piece of oak like this, he said, "Larry, I've never had any blackjack oak, and I need to add that to my inventory." So I got a few pieces of lumber up there. I might be able to work with him too, but I told him, I said, I have another log that I'll just dedicate to you. We'll saw it and see what we get out of it. So I'm going to saw this in 4/4, and he should be here to pick it up sometime later on in the next few days. So we're going to get it sawed up. The other thing is, I often talk about how pleased I am with this mill. I haven't used it now in a couple of weeks. Let's check the mill out and see how easy it starts. Will it start on the first crank, second crank, third crank? We'll know here in just a moment. Folks, I'm always impressed by that. The first crank, even after setting for weeks, you just can't beat that. Blackjack oak. I just want to take a moment and show you what this wood looks like. That is some pretty wood. Hope you can see the grain in that. The two pieces that I took off earlier, I'm just going to use those for stickers. So anyway, let's get this turned over, do some more sawing. Folks, can you see that? That mill is sawing perfect. I really enjoy using this mill. We'll just stand this up out of the way. Well, folks, that cut up nicely. See, I got actually two boards there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very, very nice. 4x4s. Excuse me, I shouldn't call them 4x4s. They should be called 4 quarters. So they're all 4 quarters, but their width is 9 inches. I hope you can see that. 9 inches. And I want to spin this around so y'all can see how accurate that sawmill's cutting for me now. That should be an inch there, which is 4 quarters. Well, folks, I'm glad I got that cut up for my customer friend. He'll be coming to pick these up soon, but this is all the time that I have. I want to say thank you again for watching our channel. It means the world to us. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you again on the next Full Circle Ozarks.